Welcome to In My Feelings, a safe space to talk all things NBA. I'm Big Waz. Let's go. Fact or feelings, this Celtics team is as great and dominant as this postseason run would have you believe. I'm going to say that's feelings, guys. The Celtics, as of this recording, are up 3-0 in the NBA championship against the Dallas Mavericks. No team in NBA history has ever come back from down 0-3 in a finals. Only one team has ever come back down from 3-1. The Celtics just last year forced a Game 7 from being down 0-3, but ultimately flamed out in Game 7. So, yeah, I think it's safe to assume that this series is over. The Celtics will be our NBA champions by the end of this thing. And look, coming into the game, they've had one of the 5 best point differentials in playoff history, winning by an average about 11.5 points per game. They've only lost 3 games in 4 rounds. We know what the competition was in the Eastern Conference playoffs and such, but no, I don't think this is a team on the level of the 16-17 Golden State Warriors or the 95-96 Bulls or, you know, the Kobe Shaq Lakers, the 0-1 Lakers. I don't think this team is on that level. Despite them being able to win basically mostly without Kristaps Porzingis, who, when he's been on the court, has made them look like, you know, a team from another planet on another level. I don't see how you could watch this team, you know, day to be damned and think that they're on that par. Now, look, that's a far cry to me from saying what other people are going in the other direction of saying this is a tainted championship and, you know, the competition wasn't stiff enough. I'm sorry. I've watched these games against the Mavericks, who played nothing but damn quality teams on their way to this finals and beat them up pretty badly. Talented teams, well-coached teams, young, hungry, athletic teams, and they whooped those guys. And guess what? They could do nothing with the Celtics at all. You could, you know, chalk that up to this being a poor matchup, but I don't see how you can say that the Celtics had some overly easy road when you consider what Dallas has done to everybody. And the Celtics, guess what? They picked them apart. They didn't just beat them in like 7 games or, you know, a bunch of close games. They've dominated this series. At no point has Dallas looked like a team that was on the level of the Celtics. And so we could look at the previous performance, the past performance of the Mavericks, and we could conclude that the Celtics team is legitimately a very good, excellent team, legitimately the best team in the NBA this season. And I think that's good enough. As a Celtics fan, I've said this already up here. I've said it on group chat. There's nothing to apologize here. Now, again, are they world historic? One of the greatest NBA playoff teams we've ever seen? No, they are not. But are they a worthy champion? You know, would I put these guys in a series against, outside of the KD Warriors, any of the NBA championships from the last, I would say since probably Kobe and Shaq, if I'm being honest here. I'd put this team, I'd say they're as good as any one of those champions. Again, not world historic, but just as good as a champion over the past 20 years. All right, guys, let's just do a quick vibe check on my pick for the NBA championship in this series, the Dallas Mavericks. What a sad sack pick on my part. The Dallas Mavericks not only losing this series, but they are getting their doors blown off by the Boston Celtics. And look, man, the matchup was a bad one. I think in all of the previous matchups, Luka, Kyrie, none of their guys had to guard on an island. I think Boston's ability to stretch these guys out, 5 out, at all times have people that can legitimately make a 3-point shot, therefore limiting the amount of help the Mavs could credibly send on any given possession. Their guys got exposed on defense. And, you know, let's face it, on offense, they just didn't look as potent and as dominant as they did in the previous rounds. We got to give it up to Boston for playing, you know, this switch-heavy defense, allowing their guys themselves to guard on an island, stay home on all of the shooters. And when they did get it on a catch, they got ran off the 3-point line, had to make plays and couldn't do it. Boston just had a beautiful game plan, but more importantly, they had the personnel that they could execute that. Matchup problems being said, the Mavs just didn't play up to the level. Boston looked like the hungrier team. They looked like the smarter team. They looked like the better coach team. They looked like the team that understood what was at stake here in the NBA Finals. The Mavs, after just executing on an expert level, I would say, throughout the entire playoffs, they just did not do that in these finals. Blown assignments, not getting back on defense, just sloppy play. They just did not execute on a high enough level to win the NBA championship. For real, I don't want to say they took it for granted, but it looked like a team that didn't take this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It looked like a team that, took it for granted that they could be back in the NBA Finals real soon. Guys, that's not always the case, man. Sometimes you get there and you never make it back. Look at KD, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Serge Ibaka, that Thunder core. They made it in 2012 as a super young team. James Harden leaves in the summer. They never make it back to the finals again. More talented young cores have not made it back to the finals after making it there. So I'm a little disappointed to see how they handled themselves in terms of just not playing with a level of focus that the moment demanded. And so for that, I'm disappointed, but I don't see how you could watch this series and not tip your cap to the Celtics as being just the better team and being very deserving of this championship when they eventually wrap this thing up. And so, man, pour one out for my sad, bad pick of the Mavericks to win the NBA championship this year, y'all.
Harriets came back from 3-1. Anything is possible. We got this. Boston, you have to wait. You have to wait.
All right, guys, this is looking like probably our second to last show of the season, man. The way that this NBA Finals is playing out. So maybe we'll see you next week, maybe not. But man, make sure you subscribe to the Ringer NBA's YouTube page anyway, because we'll be putting out incredible content all summer long via, all of our credible contributors. Make sure you hit the notification bell for that. Make sure you like this video so that the algorithms show our stuff some respect. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.